Hi everyone, we are going to start this video a little bit differently with a visit to my favorite antique mall. I really love to come here if I'm looking for a specific vintage or antique item, and sometimes I just love to come browse and find inspiration. There's definitely a lot to look at, so I usually need to have something very specific in mind or I'll just get sidetracked. If you remember my salt cellar from the set of the Waltons, this is the Metlock's Poppy Trail rooster pattern that it's part of. This was a really nice large set with lots of pieces. Things are generally higher priced at antique malls, but I found in a lot of cases, booths will sometimes have up to 50 or 75% off, and that really makes a big difference. I loved these blue transferware plates, but I just don't need to add to that collection anymore. I've been looking for some large containers to use in my pantry for the animal feed, but I just haven't found the right thing at the right price yet. I'd love to find a couple of old crocks like Mother uses to make her kraut. Something to remember is just because it's in an antique mall doesn't mean it's an antique. This particular antique mall has a policy where a certain percentage in the booth has to be vintage or antique. I love this yellow bread box, and I looked for a while to find one similar to the one on the Waltons set, but I ended up having to buy a new one. I always see a lot of the peach carnival glass, but between Mother and I, we have a large collection of that already, and we don't need to add any more. I'm always looking for decorative trays that I can use above the stove, and I thought one of these might work, and it was only $10, but I ended up just deciding to pass. I thought one of the trays would have gone well with these canisters, and they were only $18.50 for the set, but I didn't think I'd want to use them for food, even though they were really clean on the inside and in very good shape. This particular trip, I was also looking for anything yellow for my open shelves. I loved this colander set, but I don't need 3 colanders, and at $65, it was just not really what I wanted to pay for something I would just use as an accessory. I'm always looking for anything that is Native American, which is generally not in my price range, but often things made in South or Central America will have the same kinds of patterns and be a little bit more affordable. This was a really cute set of hand-painted chairs, but they were almost $400 for the set of 6. You really have to take your time and look through everything so you don't miss the one thing you're actually looking for. I usually go through stacks of random plates because I like to use plates as decor, and I'll occasionally find a missing piece from a set I have, and I just love looking at old plates and seeing what the patterns are. What I was really looking for on this particular trip was anything Blue Ridge pottery, and you can see why from this vintage birthday photo of me. Blue Ridge Pottery started in Erwin, Tennessee in 1917 and produced beautiful hand-painted dinnerware through 1957. The company hired locals and trained them to paint the designs. There are some absolutely beautiful patterns, and each piece is a little bit different since they're all hand-painted. I'll link here to a couple of websites with some of the history if anyone is interested. Mother found a box in the attic a while back that had several different patterns that I've been using over the years. She had a few pieces of the Stanholm ivy that I use every winter, and of course one of my favorite patterns is the poinsettia pattern for Christmas time. And I also love this mid-century leaf pattern with the pastel colors, and this particular plate doesn't have a name, it just has a number. Mother also bought me the sun bouquet pattern plates a few years back, and this was what I was hoping to find more of and what inspired my spring kitchen. I finally found a booth that had some odds and ends, but a lot of them were chipped and in bad shape, as is sometimes the case with this particular dinnerware. I would have bought the sugar bowl because it was so sweet, but it was cracked and glued back together, so I passed on that. I did get the gravy boat in the flower ring pattern because I thought it would work really nicely with the sun bouquet. I've really been enjoying my kitchen this spring with just a few seasonal changes. I made a new sink skirt and cafe curtains out of a sweet red floral. I made a floral arrangement out of flowers from Mother's garden, added a runner I made years ago, and basically just rotated and moved a few things around like I always do. If you have any questions, I'll have a blog post linked with photos and details. Please let me know in the comments if you're familiar with Blue Ridge pottery and what patterns you might have. I always enjoy hearing your stories and memories about special things. Thank you so much for watching, friends, and I hope you enjoy my colorful vintage kitchen inspired by Blue Ridge pottery.